Hey guys, Johnny here. So in my last video I talked about Beware the Batman, and there was a little side note that I was getting tracked off on, and this is what I was thinking. This has nothing to do with Beware the Batman. It has straight up to do with Artemis Fowl. So I was thinking about it, and there was this Jehovah. If you go back a few videos, eh, my nose itches. If you go back a few videos, there's a Jehovah where I rant about this Jehovah's Witness cartoon, where they straight up say all magic and magic like things are evil. And then I started to think about it, and it really bothered me. Like this mom's like, "Oh, you have to throw away this toy." Well, that's kind of douchey, mom. But anyways, what I was thinking was Artemis Fowl, great book series. Book series I'll read to my kids. And since they say all magic or anything that represents magic is evil, are fairies evil? Now let me explain. Jehovah's Witnesses are very strict in their old school customs and beliefs. But I don't know if they believe in like, do they understand what fairies are and aren't? Or jinns, um, or really any mythical creature, like unicorns, are because they're an embodiment of physical realm magic. But are they demonic because of that magic, or are they part divine? Now, there have been a lot of theories of fairies. Fairies are basically a lot of the older myths, or like elves. Are elves evil? Do they use magic or not? Things like that kind of got me curious. So I kind of want to know about these things. I have to find myself someone who's very, like, up on Jehovah's Witnesses or Mormon religion. I'm affluent in certain aspects of religion, but I'm not. I can't go to. I don't know everything about specific ones, and ones that's the very hardcore Christian, Protestants, those kinds of religions. I know pretty much most of the Catholic ideas. I can understand a lot of basic Buddhist, Hindu principles. I've talked to a lot of Islamic people. I mean, I have a well-rounded respect and understanding for people who practice or don't practice religion. But that's one thing is, what are their views on non-human but magical entities that are neutral, neither good nor evil? Are they all innately evil, or are they good, or are they don't believe they exist? I mean, you can argue that they don't exist, but in mythology or ideology or symbology, yeah, lots of ologies here, I guess. Could you say they exist or not? And one of the things I always found interesting is someone once told me that beings that are, like the fae folk, as my granny likes to call them, the fae, or the fae folk, are the children of angels and demons, or the Neferati, which the Nephilim, oh, okay, Nephilim. There's so many ways to pronounce it. Well, anyways, basically, one of the scriptures said that angels, the sons of God, came to earth and fell in lust with the women of, or the daughters of man. And they basically gave birth to a race of people, a race of beings known as the Nephilim. And supposedly, there's a breed of these people that are, or beings that are not angels, not demons, and not humans. And those became the Fae folk. Now, if you want to get technical, a lot of the Fae folk originate from Irish tradition, or, well, not just Irish, but like pagan beliefs. Like Leprechaun, if you go back far enough, there's a trickster god, and his name starts with an R. I want to say it's like Ferengi or something. Not Ferengi. Oh, that's a Star Trek. Like, I can't think of the name, but it's in here. It's somewhere in here. and he is a trickster demon that if you could catch trickster god, that if you could catch him, he'd give you a pot of gold. Well, then Roman Catholics came to Ireland, and he stopped from being a god figure or a deity and changed into what is commonly known as the leprechaun. And there's a lot of other really interesting beings like Doulahans or Valkyries. I always like the ideas of Valkyries. And for anyone who doesn't know what a Doulahan is, it's basically like this rider that's a ghost with no head. Pretty cool. Like these myths are pretty cool, and a lot of them are really badass. But they're not specifically mentioned in the Bible, as far as I can know. And they're not demon nor angel. So where do they fall on this category? If I had a graph, there'd be like deities and angelic beings and demons, and then there's neutral magical beings. Now you can argue that some of them may or may not, like the jinns are mentioned in, I believe, the Quran. I'm not sure, so don't quote me on that because it's been a really long time. But like, I do know that most Islamic people know of the jinn, which is a genie or I'm not sure if they're Nephilim or not, but I do know that there's a lot of like in A Thousand and One or Arabian Nights, there's mentions of them. So yeah, that does happen. So these things sometimes really just make me wonder. So yeah, what are your thoughts? What do you know about these mythical beings? If you're born again, or if you're a Lutheran, or even if you're a Hindu and you have any idea on how to shed light, studying religion is an interesting thing. Religions and mythologies I find very interesting, and I always think they're kind of cool. Thought they're pretty badass. So yeah. Just some thoughts. This is J Road. Peace and out.